What's up, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of the JuiceBox presented by Lock City. It's Wighty here today. Happy Monday morning. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Today we have episode 112 of the JuiceBox, which is going to be, of course, a review of yesterday's slate, followed by everything you need to know for MLB action today on Monday, June 23rd, including, of course, our JuiceBox Lock of the day. But before we get into today's games, of course, just a reminder, you can join our premium tier Discord at whop.com/LockCity. That's WHOP.com/LockCity for only $5 a month. This gets you access to every cheat sheet every day across all active major sports, access to premium picks from all 9 of our pro cappers, and tons of other sport-specific and stat-specific data points on a daily basis to help you become a better sports bettor. That's whop.com/LockCity, WHOP.com/LockCity, only $5 a month or 16 cents a day. Alrighty, let's hop into a quick review of yesterday's slate. We actually didn't have a JuiceBox episode for yesterday. I was on the road just driving back home from Toronto. We did have a JuiceBox Lock that we still pushed out for our Discord server. We didn't have it on Twitter yesterday, but we pushed out James Wood over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. He cleared that, so that cashed there. Brought us to an overall JuiceBox Lock record of, let me just scroll down and get the updated for y'all, 46, 32, and 1 overall. We're up a total of 33.98 units. So if you're a $10 bettor, that is $339.80. If you're a $100 bettor, like me and like similar in the server there, that's $3,398. And if you're a $1,000 bettor, God bless y'all, that's like $33,000, almost $34,000. So taking care of business on the JuiceBox Locks. Let's get into a quick review of yesterday's slate and then hop into today's slate and get y'all some more cash here. So for yesterday, we'll just do a quick review because, again, no pod there. So Yankees beat the Orioles, score of 4-2 at home at Yankee Stadium. The Tigers finally picked up a win over the Rays. They were on the road there, won by a score of 9-3 at Steinbrenner, thank God. So 49-30 overall, still best record in the league. The Pirates at home beat the Rangers by a score of 8-3. That was kind of surprising for me, but shout out the Pirates in that one. White Sox came back and beat the Jays by a score of 4-2 at Rogers Center. The Miami Marlins at home took down the Braves by a score of 5-3. That was kind of a surprising scoreline as well. The Brewers took down the Twins, score of 9-8 in Minnesota. The Cincinnati Reds beat the Cardinals on the road in Busch Stadium, score of 4-1. The Mariners on the road at Wrigley Field, a lot of road wins yesterday. Mariners won 14-6. The Rockies at home took down the D-backs at Coors Field, 4-2. Classic Sunday baseball for y'all. All these upsets. The Giants took down the Red Sox at home by a score of 9-5. The Guardians on the road took down the Athletics by a score of 3-0. The Astros beat the Angels 8-7 at Angel Stadium. The Padres at home took down the Royals by a score of 3-2 at Petco. The Dodgers at home beat the Nationals by a score of 13-7 at Dodger Stadium. And the Phillies took down the Mets, score of 7-1 at home at Citizens Bank Park. A little bit shorter slate of a Monday slate, of course, because we're kind of in between series here. But I think we have like 10-ish total games. They kick off at 6:35 p.m. Eastern time, a little bit later today here. First one's going to be the Rangers and the Orioles at Oriole Park, Camden Yards, rather, Oriole Park. Patrick Corbin getting the start for the Rangers. He's 4-6 overall, ERA of 3.91, 1.25 whip. And Trevor Rogers getting the start for the Orioles. He's also a lefty, 0-0 overall. He's only gone like 8 innings. He's got an ERA of 3 and a 1.15 whip. I kind of want to lean Rangers on this one. These teams haven't met yet this season. Neither of them look great. Both 3-2 in their last 5. The Rangers lost to the Pirates yesterday. The Orioles had a tough series there against the Yankees. Neither of these teams have been generating a ton of runs. Nothing to be overly impressive. This is a game I would probably skip if I'm being honest. But I do kind of want to lean Orioles in this one. So if you're feeling a money line, I guess Orioles minus 130. But that would be a very low confidence pick. I would say this game is super skippable. Next one up is going to be the Braves and the Mets, 7:10 p.m. Eastern at Citi Field in Queens, New York. The Braves are starting Spencer Schwellenbach. He's looked pretty great this year. He's 5-4, ERA 3.26, 1.01 whip. And Paul Blackburn getting the start again here for the Mets. He's 0-1 with an ERA of nearly 7, 6.92, and a 1.69 whip. The Mets have been struggling here, so they've lost every game to the Braves so far this season. They've also lost 4 of their last 5 games. They just had a series against the Braves before this Phillies series, so they lost each of those 3 to the Braves. Then they went out to Philadelphia, and they lost 2 of 3 to Philadelphia. They've been struggling here. They are really, really good at home. I do want to lean Braves here, obviously. Braves first 5. Let's do that. I think that's probably safest. Let's go Braves first 5 two-way, so you get a push if they are tied after the first 5 innings. It's probably going to be around minus 150. I'm not going to look at it live on the pod, but moneyline odds are about minus 135. I'm assuming they're going to give a little bit of edge to Schwellenbach there, so I'd say about minus 150. Let's go Braves first 5 on that one. Next one up is going to be the Yankees and the Reds, also 7:10 p.m. Eastern Time, Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, Ohio. The Yankees are starting Alan Winans, first start of the year, actually, I think, for him. And then Nick Lodolo is headed out there for the Reds, lefty. Y'all know Lodolo. He's 5-5, ERA of 3.71 and a 1.11 whip. Lodolo, in terms of his splits, he's not been great at home. He's been better on the road than he has been at home. At home, he's got an ERA of 5.4. So I do think the Yankees do damage off him. Obviously, I mean, Yankees pitching here is going to leave a lot to be desired. I do want to lean Yankees, but this is a very tough lean when you have Lodolo on the mound going up against frickin' Alan Winans. Let's take the over. I'm going to go, it's really high, but we're going to go over 10.5 on this one. Minus 105 on FanDuel, over 10.5 in the Yankees and the Reds. I don't trust Lodolo at home, but I also can't trust the Yankees in this spot. So we're going to go over 10.5 in this one as a slight lean. This is going to be kind of similar vibe to that Ranger-Oriole game. Don't love it. I feel much better about Braves first 5 than I do either of these other first 2 out of the first 3 picks. Next one up is going to be the D-backs and the White Sox, 7:40 p.m. Eastern Time at Wright Field in Chicago, Illinois. The D-backs have Eduardo Rodriguez headed out there. 2-4, ERA of nearly 6 and a 1.62 whip. He doesn't look great. Shane Smith getting the start for the White Sox, 3-4 with a 2.85 ERA and a 1.22 whip. If we're going like straight comparisons for pitchers, Shane Smith is obviously having the better season here. At home, he's holding batters to a 207 opposing batting average. His ERA has been pretty good, like 3 at home, but overall sub 3. Eduardo Rodriguez leaves a lot to be desired, but it's tough to take the White Sox here. I think White Sox plus 1.5 is probably like decent. The White Sox won that series in Toronto. They've only won 2 of their last 5. Lost a couple to St. Louis prior to that. The D-backs are coming off a series win at Colorado, but it's Colorado. I kind of like the White Sox plus 1.5 in this one. Minus 145 on FanDuel. I lean that. Again, don't love it. The slate's a little weird, but White Sox plus 1.5, we're going to ride with that. Next one up, Pirates and the Brewers, American Family Field, also 7:40 p.m. Eastern Time. We've got a lot of games here in this 7:40, 7:45 time chunk. The Pirates here are sending Braxton Ashcraft out there. He's 1-0, ERA of 1.5. He's only got like 11 innings. ERA of 1.54, 1.29 whip. And the man Chad Patrick, 3-7 with an ERA of 3.5 and a 1.28 whip. I'm going to go Milwaukee in this one. I know Braxton Ashcraft has looked pretty good. I mean, it's only been 11 innings, but he's looked not bad. He's looked pretty good. Can't lie to you. Chad Patrick leaves a lot to be desired. The man with 2 first names. I don't like him at all, but we're going to go Brewers here. They've been the hotter team. They're like, 7-3 in their last 10 or something like that. They've won 4 in a row, 4 of their last 5. And then Pittsburgh's Pittsburgh. They're 11-27 on the road. So I got to go Milwaukee here. Minus 185. I don't love that, but we're going to go Milwaukee Brewers money line for that one. It's a confident pick. I just don't like the line on it. Next one up is going to be the Mariners and the Twins. It's also going to be 7:40 p.m. Eastern Time. Target Field, Minneapolis, Minnesota. The Seattle Mariners are sending Brian Wu to the mound. He's 6-4, 3.12 ERA, and a sub-1 whip, .94. Bailey Obear is getting the start for the Twins. He's 4-4 with a 5.54 4.54 ERA and a 1.40 WHIP. I do want to go Seattle here. Seattle's won 2 of the 3 so far, so they won the first series. The Twins took the first game. Seattle won the next 2. That series was in Seattle. Now it shifts to Minnesota here. The Twins have lost 4 of their last 5. They were looking streaky for a while there. They do have a home record that's above 500, but overall they're now sub 500. I don't know if this is the bias in me that's like, oh, it's AL Central, I want them to lose, but I do think Seattle wins this game. I'm going to go Seattle Mariners money line minus 130. We're going to move on to the next one. The Cubs and the Cardinals, already the third last game of the night. This is also 7:45 p.m., so we only got like 2 late games after this one. 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time, Busch Stadium, St. Louis, Missouri. Cubs and Cards. This one here, we got Ben Brown headed out there for the Cubs, 4-5 with an ERA of 5.57 and a 1.48 WHIP. We have Matthew Liberatore getting the start for the Cardinals. He's 4-6 with a 4.08 ERA and a 1.16 WHIP. This one here just feels like an over game to me. Matthew Liberatore, when we're looking at his splits, he's been like marginally better at home, but his splits are essentially non-existent. His ERAs and the record varies, but that's just because St. Louis hasn't been able to generate a ton of runs on the road. His ERA, his WHIP, everything's pretty comparable over a very similar amount of innings as well. So I would say Liberatore, in terms of splits, there's not really much going on here. Ben Brown, on the other hand, same sort of deal. Like on the road, he's at an ERA of nearly 6, but his ERA overall is almost 6, and his ERA at home has been 5.3. So it's not like he's much worse on the road. I think we do see a lot of runs here. My lean for this one, again, don't love it, but like I do feel pretty good about it because it's only 9 runs that we need, 1 per inning, and I feel like both of these guys could get bombed out of the gate. So we're going to go over 8.5 in this one, minus 120, Cubs and Cardinals. Next game up, second last game of the night. We're also going to find our JuiceBox Lock in this one. This is going to be the Red Sox and the Angels, 9:38 p.m. Eastern Time, Angel Stadium, Anaheim, California. We got Walker Buehler headed out there for the Boston Red Sox, 5-5, ERA of 5.95 and a 1.51 WHIP. And good old Jack Kachanovitz headed out there for the Angels. He is 3-8 with an ERA of 5.38 and a 1.55 WHIP. Walker Buehler, not great. On the road, ERA of 1,000,000. He has an ERA of 9.23 on the road. He's 2-4. He's given up 100 home runs, not really, but he's given up 8 home runs already in only 26 innings, 42 hits in those 26 innings. He's given up 29 runs in those 26 innings. Batters on the road are hitting .359 off of Walker Buehler. That is atrocious. Looking at Jack Kachanovitz, not great anywhere. Super young kid. I know I called him good old Jack Kachanovitz a couple seconds ago, but he's 24 years old. At home, on the road, anywhere he's got an ERA above 5. At home, he's 2-3, ERA of 5.12. He's pitched 31 innings. He's given up 37 hits for 19 runs and 5 home runs. I do think he holds it down probably a little bit better than what we're going to see on the Walker Buehler side of things. But this game, I think, is just going to soar over 8.5. I think it's crazy that this is over 8.5 at minus 115 right now on Bet365 was the best I could find. It's like minus 130 on FanDuel. But if you can grab it on Bet365, I would there. That's going to be our JuiceBox Lock of the day. I feel great about this. Over 8.5. Walker Buehler sucks. He sucks on the road. Jack Kachanovitz, I don't want to say he sucks. I like the guy, but he leaves a lot to be desired. He doesn't have great control. He should probably get bombed here. I'm going to go over 8.5 all day long. Love this line. JuiceBox Lock. Boston Red Sox, LA Angels, over 8.5, minus 115 on Bet365. The last game of the night is going to be the Nationals and the Padres. This is going to be at Petco. We have Mitchell Parker headed out there for the Nats, 4-8, ERA of 4.5, basically 4.59, and a 1.32 WHIP. Stephen Kolek getting the start for the Padres. He's 3-2 with an ERA of 3.59 and a 1.29 WHIP. He screwed us over last time when he was at home because in terms of his splits, he was at home and he held it down. Yeah, he's got an ERA like 9 at home, and on the road he's got an ERA of 2.13. So he throws good ball on the road, but at home, not so much. And then when we're looking at Mitchell Parker, I don't know. I kind of like Mitchell Parker, to be honest, and I like the Nats, so I'm a little bit biased here. But on the road, he's got an ERA of 5.93. So this one, again, third game in a row. I'm filling the over for this one. It's only 8.5. Both these teams have been able to generate a lot of runs. While we're looking at the Nationals, they were just playing the Dodgers, and then prior to that, they were playing the Rockies. But against the Dodgers, we saw 11 total runs, 10 total runs, and then yesterday's game saw 20 total runs. And then the Padres, they had a series against KC. They weren't generating a ton of runs. They had 3, 5, and 5 in those 3 games. And then they also had a series with the Dodgers prior to that where they were putting up a decent amount of runs. Padres are staying home here. I think they're able to generate some offense off of Mitchell Parker. I think the Nationals do the same thing off of Kolek at home, to be honest with you. I'm going to go over 8.5 in this one as well. Last game of the night, minus 110. Alrighty, and for those of you, that are used to the JuiceBox Lock at the end, we'll just repeat it real quick. It's going to be the Red Sox and the Angels. I won't dive into it too much. You can just scroll back like a minute. It was only second last game of the night here. But the Red Sox and the Angels, we're going to go over 8.5 total runs, minus 115 on Bet365. It's like minus 130 on FanDuel, minus 135 on DraftKings. So if you can grab it on Bet365, definitely do that. Over 8.5 total runs. It's Walker Buehler and Jack Echaniewicz. This is going to have 3,000 total runs in this game. We're going to go over 8.5, minus 115 on Bet365. Love this line. Looking forward to bringing y'all some cash here. And it's kind of a weird Monday slate. We're going to squeeze whatever we can out of it for the MLB Best Bet sheet, but I do really love this line. I feel really confident about it. It's going to be really hard for me to find. I'm also on the free play of the day today and the max play of the day today, so I'm going to have to squeeze out 2 more for that one. Probably looking at a lot of overs for this. I think looking at the slate, the overs are what I feel best about, especially in these later games here, with this one obviously being the strongest of the 3. So we're taking carry on the juice box here with best line of the day. Again, over 8.5 in the Red Sox and the Angels game. Love this line, minus 115, Bet365. We will see y'all tomorrow. Claw's going to be running tomorrow's pod. I will be back on Wednesday, so I will see y'all on Wednesday for both MLB and UFC. And Claude will see y'all tomorrow after we cash out on this and bring y'all some more cash for tomorrow's slate. All right, y'all. Happy Monday. Take care. Hope everyone has a good day. Bring y'all some cash. See you tomorrow. Peace.